So, hello everybody, and welcome back. Hopefully you can all hear me okay. If you can't, just let me know in a comment and I'll try to fix the setup slightly. Back to using Streamlabs for the first time in a very long time actually. I've managed to get all my office space set up, so we're all ready to go. We're starting Season 6 here in GTS. We've got the pre-season race here today for Gran Turismo Sport. That's Season 6, that's Division 1. And we've got a very different setup to what we usually have here, which I think is going to be very, very interesting. So let me just quickly briefly explain what it is. I'll do my best here. So we've basically got a mix of different drivers racing here at different skill levels. We've got some D1 guys from last season, D2 guys from last season, and D3 guys from last season. So what we tried to do is to make it as fair as possible and as fun as possible at the same time. So we're having a 2-race setup per event. We've got a 10-minute quali to start with. Fastest guy starts in first place and so on for the first race, which is a 35-minute feature race. And then after that, we've got a reverse grid sprint race, which is only around 20 minutes, where the fastest guys are obviously going to start at the back. They're going to have to try and work their way through in 20 minutes to try and get top points. But that gives the slower guys in the lower divisions a chance to gain some good points and keep the driver championship alive. And we've also mixed up the points here as well, so we're not just going for the standard F1 points that we usually go for. We're going for something a little bit different here this season. So what we're doing is everyone in race 1 is going to get points, so from P1 down to P15, and those points are going to be dished out as follows. It's going to be 24, 20, 17, 14, 12, 10, and then all the way down to 1 for the final 10. And in the second race, there's going to be points for the top 10 only. And that's going to be 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's going to be tough for those fastest guys to get to the front in a 20-minute race. And even if they do, they're not going to have that big point advantage like we usually do. But we're starting the qualifying now, and boy, do we have a great lineup here. So I'm going to quickly show it to you now. Let me see if I can get it up. Yep, so we've got the OFR app there. Let me just quickly go to the divisions, and let's just make sure we've got Season 6 Division 1 selected. Now, take a look at this roster. We've got 5 teams of 3. Shortcut Racing, we've got Nils, Ash, and Doc. I mean, you wouldn't have ever expected to see Ash and Doc on the same team, and they're both driving the Aston Martin, I believe, with Nils as the team captain. Then for Sokudu Racing, we've got Castle, Likala, and Donava from D3. Danny's been promoted all the way up into this division, so it's so nice to see him racing. Then we've got Vilsek, Proctor, and Smalley all in that Hamazaki Racing. So both Sokudu Racing and Hamazaki have made a comeback here. Then in trail braking, we've got Iceman Kimi, Phil, and Stig. And then in Hammerbush Racing, paying homage to none other than Mick Howe from Modern Pollux Racing there, we've got AJ, VR, and Maximus. I mean, it's going to be hard to say who's going to run away with the championship here. I don't think anyone's actually going to run away. I think it's going to be quite fair. Now, quickly, before we get to the qualifying, let's just quickly see what the calendar looks like. So, this is the pre-season race, so we're at Mount Panorama here, but after that, we've got a 10-track calendar. So we've got 2 races at Spa, we've got 2 at Laguna Seca, 2 at the Red Bull Ring, 2 at Dragon Trail Gardens, 2 at Alsace Village. Then we've got Barcelona, we've got Kyoto Driving Park, Suzuka, Interlagos, the Nürburgring, and that's it. And that is going to bring us into Season 7 after that. So hopefully it's going to be a great spectacle to watch. Let's turn that off and let's get back to the qualifying right now. So, as I said, they're in Mount Panorama, Bathurst circuit at the minute. It's a 23-corner circuit, and it is a very, very, very tricky circuit. We've only got light damage on, so if they do get damage during that tricky S section all the way downhill into the Big Dipper, it is going to clear probably by the time they finish the Conrad Straight. But it doesn't mean it's not. It's definitely going to be a difficult race, regardless of the light or heavy damage. So let's see what these guys can do. So Nils is currently out in first place at the minute, I think. So we're right on board with him. He's just started his lap, and he's got 7.5 minutes to go until the end of qualifying. So let's see what he can do. So he's coming down, or he's coming up, sorry, the mountain straight right now. He wants to get into 5th gear. He's already done that, you can see, and he's coming into the quarry now. Long right-hand return, so you can take this quite quickly. It's an on-camber turn, so you should be able to get through it okay. And then it switches to off-camber, he's coming out of the corner there, and you've got to kind of follow this round to the left-hander that's coming up now through the cutting. So let's see how he gets through here. So he's, of course, racing in that Aston Martin. I think Doc Coop made the livery for this team. It looks very, very tidy. He's looking all right. Is he starting to make his way uphill through Griffin's Mount now? Looks like he's got through there all right. He's going through 7, 8, 9 at the minute. Here he comes through turn 10, almost, that's turn 9, and through turn 10 he goes. We haven't seen his sector 1 time just yet. I think he's coming up to it now. Let's have a look. crosses the line there. It's a 1 minute. I think it's just going to be over a 2-minute lap here as he starts to make his way through the tricky S's now, and this is where you need to be careful. If you hit that wall, it's the lap over. So he's managed to avoid everything so far. He's looking nice and steady. He's following the line. He's been really cautious as he's coming through the dipper here, and he's got through it okay. And now he's going through Forest Albert, so he's managed to survive. He's managed to survive. He's looking tidy. Here he comes down the Conrad straight now. This is where you're going to see the car reach its maximum speed. I wonder what he's going to top that out. He's looking at 251 topping out. With 255 he's starting to go downhill. 260, he's reached 260, 265, 260. It looks like it was 270. I think he just hit 270. Now he's going to brake now as he's coming in to the final part of this track. Through the chase section he goes. He's got through there okay. That's 20, 21 and 22. And now he's coming up to the final corner at 23. This is Murray's corner. And this is quite an easy corner, bearing in mind it's the last corner of this circuit. He's got through okay. He's got a little bit of... he's touched the grass slightly on the right hand side of the track there. But he's got through. And he's set a 2:01.040. So he's looking tidy. Doc Coop, his teammate, has come behind him in second, but let's see what these other guys can do now. As Vilcek jumps Doc Coop and he splits the Aston Martins already. So Vilcek has come through in the team captain in Hamazaki Racing there, set P2. Now Likula has set P3, but he immediately gets jumped by Castle, 2/10 quicker than him. Castle, team captain for Sakudu Racing, as he pushes Leak down into P5, and now Arj, the legend he is, the champion of the world from the previous season in D1. Arj, apparently he's struggling in the car. He's not liking it as much as that no setup M3. But we'll see how he gets on. He is coming across the line in P3. Look at that. He's just 1/1000th of a second behind Vilcek there. Vilcek 4/10 behind Nils. Absolutely fantastic racing here so far. I can see that the logo is slightly cutting in front of the lap count there, so I'll quickly just move that to the side. That's better. Let's lock that again. But look at this. Doc Coop's down in 6th place now. We've got Leaker in P5. We've got VR in P7. He's over a second behind first place. Didn't expect that, but maybe he had a screwy lap. Let's see if he can improve. Proctor is 1.4 seconds down the road in P8 at the minute. Danny, D3 driver, is beat Smalley, D2 driver at the minute. Danny is racing in P9. And I can't remember what car Danny has. It's kind of hard to remember all of these different cars because it's the brand new season right now. Let me see if I can find him on the roster. He's in Sakudu Racing, of course. Yes, he is. He's with Likla and he's with Castle. And Nils is still in P1 at the minute. So another thing to point out as well, we've got no fuel usage and no tyre wear in qualifying. This means that these guys are not going to have to pit. They're going to be able to just set lap after lap after lap. So they should be able to get, I think, 3 or 4 laps in here. If they can keep up to speed, they're not going to experience any drifting in the tyre wear or any, well, they're not going to get any quicker because the fuel emission is set to 0, so they're going to be riding a full tank the entire time. Let's see if Nils can improve in his time. He has! He's gone 2 minutes 165. Wow, fantastic lap there. He's almost a second quicker, so he's 1.1 seconds ahead at the minute. Now Doc Cooper's about to cross the line. Vilcek goes in P2 now. Vilcek is exactly a second behind him, and here comes Doc Cooper. Doc Cooper's moved back up to 4th place. Where's that going to put Likula? Likula has already finished. He's crossed the line. He's gone into P3. So look at this. They're allowed setups. They're allowed different car choices here. Balance of performance is on, but look at them go. This is close. This is very close, but Likula's a second behind Nils at the minute. Nils, the D2 D1 driver. Look at him go. Look at him go. Now, back down to, let's see, P5 is held by Doc at the minute. Smalley's just set a faster time. So has Proctor, but they are way away from P1 at the minute. Where's Ash? Ash is currently in P8. He's 1.9 seconds behind, but he is still on his lap. So let's just ride on board with him, actually, and see how he gets on here. So here he comes now. He's just coming through the chase section. That's turn 20. Turn 21, he's dropped it down to 2nd. He's got a car going off ahead of him, as you can see there. It's Stig. Let's hope he doesn't disrupt Ash's lap. No, he doesn't. Thankfully, Ash manages to take the racing line, go around the outside and maintain his speed there. Here he comes into the final corner at Murray's corner. He's looking stable. He's looking really tidy. He looks a lot more comfortable in this than he did the M3 last season. And he's going to cross the line in P7. He has improved. He has improved 5/10 quicker, in fact. And he's got time to set 2 more. Nils is still in first place, 999 milliseconds ahead of Vilcek at the moment. Let's quickly switch back to the beautiful variable cam here. Let's see what they can do. So, Steve is saying he does like the livery. Hamazaki livery is now my favourite. I mean, yeah, I think Racer Tay made that livery, actually. And it's one of the best I've seen, actually. for the entire OFR GTS history. I mean, Tay always puts in these amazing liveries, but this season he's just outdone himself. Ash and the Aston, who'd have thought? Yeah, well, it was either that or the M3. I heard those are two of his favourite cars. So Nils is still leading. He's now gone even quicker. He's 1.4 seconds ahead. What is going on here? I did not expect Nils to be so quick. And he's gone purple in that first sector as well. Good job, Nils. Let's quickly jump down the field and see how the guys at the back are getting along. So Stig is currently 17 seconds down. I think he's in the... Is that the Audi R8? It could possibly be. Yeah, I think it is. He's in... look, he's looking very sloppy. Oh, he is. He's hitting the grass. He's drifting almost. He's always getting that rear loose as he's coming down through the S's here. I think this is counting as his practice. He must be acclimatizing to the track here. We'll stick with him just for now as we see Proctor set a quicker lap as well. So I wonder where Proctor is. We'll jump to him in a second just to see how he's getting on after we watch Stig finish his lap. Just in case you guys didn't know, Stig is actually German, but he is running a Dutch flag here for some reason. I think he's trying to make a statement. I'm not sure, really. We'll ask him that in the interviews later on. So here he comes. He's just coming up to the chase now. That's turn 20 done, and here he comes into 21 and 22. We've seen a few guys go deep into the corner here. We've seen Stig, we see Stig, fighting that rear end. It doesn't look like that Audi has got too much rear end at the minute. It's sliding everywhere. He's braking at about 65, 70 metres, I think, there to get into the final corner. He's still looking a bit choppy even when he's coming through some of the easier corners, but he's going to cross the line. And is he going to improve? He is. He has improved. But he's still a way off first place at the minute. So now let's see where Proctor is. Proctor's currently in P8 again. Look at that livery. Tay, you've outdone yourself here. It looks absolutely beautiful. Nils is sliding through the final corner there. Is he going to improve on his time now? He set a 1:59.7, and that's it. He hasn't improved, but that's Nils done, I believe. It is. Now, let's see where Vilsek is, because Vilsek... Oh, there was another one. It was Doc Coop, wasn't it? Is Doc Coop going to improve? I don't know. He's not. Doc Coop is not going to improve. Where's Vilsek? Is he going to improve? No. Look at these guys. A second down in the time here. Licola jumps in! Licola jumps Vilsek! Look at that. So Kudu Racing Licola. Now, I think these guys are all running different liveries because they're going to have a livery vote at the end of this race. So I think that's Danny, Licola, and Castle all running different liveries because they're not sure who's to pick at them. Maybe you guys who are watching can let us know who you think should get it. Doc's finished. Castle's finished. Ash is still on a hot lap, I think, right now. Proctor has set a faster lap. He set a 2:01.186. He's got nothing on Nils. No one can challenge Nils at the minute. Let's see if Ash could be one of those guys that could challenge him. Now, who's ahead of Ash on track at the moment? Let's quickly see if I can find them. Well, there we go. It's Danava. Danny's currently sat in P12. He's behind AJ in P5 at the minute, so AJ is going to be setting another hot lap right now. Let's see what AJ can do and then switch to Danava afterwards. AJ's just come through. Oh, he's gone a little bit deep into the corner at the chase there at 21, but he's managed to come out of it okay. Not sure if he lost too much time there, because it looks like Danny was sliding really, really well. He's gone off track. Danny has gone off track. Here comes AJ through the final corner. The rear end sliding out there. Is he going to be able to improve on his time? Currently in P5. He crosses the line. He doesn't. He's 1/10 down on his time. Now, where's Danny? Danny's gone off track completely. Maximus is about to come through now. Lord Ash does set a faster time. Yeah, Ash has gone second. Ash has gone second fastest here as Maximus stays in P10. Now, where's Smalley? Smalley's finished as well. Smalley's in P11, but look at that time from Ash. He's 1.1 second down on Nils. Let's not forget that. But Ash has gone P2. He's jumped Licola here. Wow. Now, is anyone still on the lap? I don't think so. It was just Ash. That was it. Ash was the last one to cross the line and improve on his time. And there we have it. So, what an interesting qualification there. Now, we have a 35-minute race. So I believe it's going to be 18 laps. Then the next race after that is going to be a 10-lap reverse grid race. I need to make sure that I get a snapshot of the final results for Ash so we can set the grid. I'm going to ride on board with... Hang on, why is Ash in first? Did I miss that? We're waiting for the lights to go out now. It's saying that Nils is in P2, but I thought he was in P1. Anyway, Ash has got ahead a lot better than Nils. He's got a great start here. Nils is going to tuck in behind him, and I don't think he's going to be able to challenge him, at least until he gets up the mountain straight there. We've got a few guys going wide, we've got a few guys going 4 wide even as they are going up the mountain straight into turn 2 here. Oh, they need to be careful. You do not want to push a car wide when you go from turn 2 at Quarry here. It is dangerous. We've seen that in a few races in the past as well, but let's hope these guys can keep it clean. We've got the top 2 going side by side. Nils has managed to get ahead of Ash, and he's leading as he's going up the hill now into Griffin's Mountain, the cutting. We've got Leaker in P4. AJ's managed to get past, I think. Yes, he has. AJ's already in P3. Oh, we've got a lot going on at the start of this race here. Look at this. Doc Coop is defending with his heart on his sleeve against Castle at the moment as well. And Castle's got Proctor not too far behind him in P7 as well. A lot going on at the start of this race. It's still currently Nils leading though. Now let's jump to the back of the pack and let's just quickly see how Vilsek's going on. So Vilsek has dropped down a fair few at the moment, and we just noticed we haven't got any of the telemetry up. So let's quickly get that back. There we go. Vilsek is currently in P13, so something bad must have happened to him. Maybe he went wide at turn 1. It could have been him. And Danny is currently in P12, 4/10 behind Stig. So good to see battles happening everywhere. Now I can see again, guys, that logo is still covering. So I'm going to move it over yet again. I'll put it right in the middle. Let me save that now. Okay, let's get back to the race. So Nils is still leading. He's almost broken ahead by a second on his teammate Ash at the minute, and AJ is up into P3. AJ is going to want to hunt down those top 2 to hope he can secure a victory in the pre-season race here. Leaker is doing a good job holding off Doc Coop, but look at this battle for 4th place. There's 4 cars involved in the minute. It's Leaker, Doc, Castle, and Proctor. Look at this. Doc trying to make a move. He's side by side. He's going through turn 20 after the Conrad straight there, and here they come through the traces. Leaker going to be able to stay ahead. Yes, he is. He hasn't gone deep. He has not gone deep. Leaker's not one to make a mistake, and he's managed to keep that consistency and stay ahead. And look at that. He's pulled away almost a second from Doc Coop now, who is in P5, and he's got Castle behind him. So that's Leaker's teammate. So look at that. Doc Coop finding himself in a Sakudu Racing sandwich right now. And look at who's that behind Proctor as well. Proctor's trying to get in on this action as well in that beautiful Hamasaki livery there. Wow, it's all kicking off here. It's still Nils leading. Where's AJ? 1.1 seconds behind, but he's going to have some slipstream going uphill here into the Quarry section. So let's see if he can do anything. Now back down to the middle of the field. Smalley's currently in P10, so he's got a 2.4 second gap behind Maximus right now. Maybe he's still acclimatizing to the car itself, but he's got a bit of a gap behind him to Vilsek as well. So he's got some breathing room at the minute, as he just said a purple sector, but of course that's only because it's lap 2. Now let's go back to see where Danny and Stig are battling. So Stig's down in P12 at the moment, and he's got Danny behind him, 1.3 seconds. But look at this, Stig's not letting Vilsek get away too quickly as Stig slides around the corner again, watching that R8 rear slide. Absolutely beautiful to see him be able to control it as well. I think he's using that rear to his advantage. Never mind that, he just got a little bit of a tank slapper there. Back to Nils, look at this, Ash has caught him up. Oh no, and Ash is spun! Ash is off the track! Oh no! I'm going to save the replay just to see what happened there. That was horrendous. Where has Ash come out? He's managed to keep it in 3rd place somehow though. How did he manage to do that? Let's have a look. Let's see if the replay function is going to work. So Ash is currently in P2. They are just coming around Griffin's Mound. He's got through that okay, and here he comes through 7, 8 and 9. He's still looking stable, so where did he lose it? He's right behind at the minute. No contact, I don't think, between any drivers. There we go. Look at that. One rear tyre on the back. One rear tyre on the grass, and he's lost it, but he's managed to do a perfect pirouette, even though he used the wall to help him, and he's back to racing again. Well, that's amazing. Good job, Ash, to great recovery. Let's just say that. Absolutely great recovery. So he's still in P3 at the minute, but now AJ, look at this, right on the back of Nils 9 Barca. Nils, you had an absolutely fantastic quali lap, is battling AJ, the D1 champ from last season. Let's see what AJ can do here, and let's hope these two can keep it clean. AJ does definitely want to make a statement. He has not been liking this new setup. Apparently, he said that he's not going to be happy with today's race. I think it's the car. I don't think he's managed to get a good setup in it yet, but let's wait and see if he can challenge Nils. He's 3/10 behind at the moment. He's gone through turn 1. He's going up the mountain straight now. He's got a rear right on the grass, but that's not stopping him. Not at all. The gap is reducing. It's below 3/10 of a second. He's not going to be able to make a move just yet, though. Let's hope they can keep it clean as they go through Quarry. Did AJ touch him there? Because he did slow down a little bit. And look at this, Ash is right on the back now as well. Let's just quickly see what happened. Let's jump to the onboard and have a look. So Nils is coming up. AJ's right behind him. Oh, he does. AJ pushes him. So that's why AJ slowed down. So Great sportsmanship there, AJ. That is the correct thing to do. And you've not gained on Nils, and you've lost time to Ash. So that was a clever thing to do there, AJ. Good to see that style of racing. In terms of the racing etiquette, wait, good job. So they're still back to racing again, though. They're coming through the S's right now, going downhill. They'll be approaching the dipper shortly, and let's see if they can keep it clean. We'll ride on board with AJ on his hood cam. Oof, they're a sixth of the way through the race, and look at this. They're both keeping it so tidy through there. It's fantastic to see. I think Nils has got the edge on him at the minute. Ash is still in P3. He's got Lika. Let's see, just 8 tenths behind him at the minute, and that is dropping because Lika's getting a huge slipstream from Ash's car. Castle, teammate to Lika, is right behind him. But look at this, Proctor's making a move. Is Proctor going to be able to make a move here? No, he's going to have to sneak in behind as they go through turn 20 into the chase. They go. No, they're going to have to keep the formation at the moment. This race is looking tight. Now let's jump to the back of the pack and see what's going on there. Danny has managed to get past Stig. Stig is now 43 seconds behind Danny. Oof, what happened there? Now, another thing that I need to let you guys know is that Stig's on the medium tyre, so I think Stig might have pitted, but in race 1 now, if it's a dry track, there is a mandatory medium or hard stint that they have to do. So they're not just going to be sticking to those soft tyres that we saw last season. We're hoping to bring some type of strategy into the battles here, and they're going to have to do a medium or hard stint in race 1, and in race 2, they've just got to do at least one stop. It doesn't matter what tyres you use, you just have to do at least one stop on a dry track. So hopefully that's going to mix up the field a little bit here. Well, I suppose the pre-season race will let us know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But let's jump back down to Smalley now, who's currently in P11. So everyone is still going to be getting points in this first race. Let's not forget that. Again, trying to help close down the field because we've got a mixed bag of driver skill in this division at the minute. But look at this. There are battles going on everywhere, and I don't think anyone has had a major incident at the minute. We've seen roughly, apart from AJ and Nils incident, we've seen very, very clean racing, and it is quite a surprise to see that, given our fast history of GTS punts. But anyway, back to the race. We've got AJ ahead of Nils. I missed that. Very sorry, guys. I'll quickly see if we can see it on a replay. If we drop back 20 seconds, no, we cannot. So we'll jump back to it. AJ has got ahead, and now Nils is going to want to try and get that back. Where is Likla in all of this? He's 3.7 seconds behind with Proctor now. 1 second behind Likla. So Proctor's managed to get ahead. Now, could this be a pit stop from Ash? I can't see Ash on the leaderboard at the minute. There he is. He's currently in P11, and he's on that soft tight. He's got a bit of wear, so no, I don't. Oh no, hang on, that's Danny. Let's jump to Ash. Then Ash hasn't pitted, so Ash must have had another off somewhere again. Let's see if we can see the replay for Ash. There we go. We can. So Ash is in P3. He's hit the grass. Is at the same point as last time again? It is, but he hasn't gone off this time, so that's good. Now he's going through, he's got Nils ahead of him. Ash touches the grass there. Oh, look at that, he spun the car. Oh, Ash has spun the car. And he's going to have to wait for these cars to pass. Yeah, look at that, because he doesn't want to be a hazard. As we see Doc slide straight into the wall. Wow. Now Ash is reversing now. And he's going to get back to racing. So Ash has lost out big time there. Probably about 20 seconds he's lost. Wow. Thankfully, he didn't hit any of the other drivers, so good job there, Ash. But that's what happened to Ash. Now, back to the lead. It's still AJ leading with Nils 1.3 seconds behind. AJ really showing the talent here. We can clearly see it doesn't matter what car we stick at him, it doesn't matter what setups or lobby settings we force upon him, he is still dominant, or at least that's how it appears to be at the moment. He's got the fastest lap as well. He set that on lap 2 at 2:02.072. Good job there, AJ. Now let's have a look in the midfield. We can still see we've got big battles going on. VR is now battling Vilsek, old teammates at Gwen's boys, now in different teams. Vilsek being team captain in Hamazaki, I believe, and we've got VR second driver choice in, I think it's Team Shortcut. That's Kimmy's team there, but these two are battling it out hard at the minute as well, and both still keeping it very clean. And look at this, Vilsek has managed to close that gap to VR. It's under 0.3 of a second, it's almost under 0.2 of a second there as they are coming through the dipper now. It's all kicking off here. Let's see if Vilsek's going to get some quality slipstream as they're going down the Conrad straight. Here he is. Let's look at the gap. So it's 0.4 of a second. It's below 0.4 of a second. 3.8, 3.7, 3.6, 3.5, 3.4. It's coming down, but I don't think he's got the speed to do it before they get to the chase here. I don't think so. VR's going to be able to defend here. Look at that. Vilsek's looking there. Oh my god, Vilsek down the inside. I've not seen anyone do that yet at turn 20, but VR's managed to claim the racing line and the apex, the next set of corners, but he's gone deep. He's gone deep into the corner, and now Vilsek is going to move around the outside. He's going to get him. Vilsek has got him. What's happened to VR as he spun? He has spun. Oof. I don't think there was any squeezing there. I think VR just got upset as he was coming into turn 21. Not his emotions. I think the car was upset, sorry. It jolted from side to side and he just lost with some oversteer there. And here comes Smalley in P10. He's now going to be coming up to the back of VR. Now let's quickly see what happened there. I think I saved the replay right on time. So let's have a look. So VR is coming through turn 20. He's still ahead. And look at this. He goes into the grass there and then he comes back on track. Vilsek's around the outside and I think VR just oversteers. I don't think Vilsek hit him. I will look at it one more time just from their onboards just to see. Let's quickly switch to the K-cam. Here we go. Yeah, you can see that he just gets too heavy on the throttle and it causes his car to lose the rear. His rears are lighting up and he spins. Big oversteer and he's going to get back to track now. Really got to be careful with some of these cars. Now, AJ's still leading and he's going to pit now, I think. I think he's going to pit. You can see he's got flashing fuel, and I think he's going to come in. We're a third of the way through the race. And he's 1.3 seconds ahead of Nils. Now, where's Liekler? Liekler's 6 seconds behind Nils at the minute. So Liekler is looking solid in P3 at the minute, and he's managing to hold Proctor behind him. These two guys, now we always said Proctor was one of the most versatile drivers we had. We were talking about driver of the season with Havoc, I think, a few races ago in F1, and we're talking about how Proctor seems to be just great in every racing game he joins, kind of like Race Day. I mean, he's good in F1, he's good in GTS, he's good in ACC. And we see the same with Liekler too, another one of the most versatile drivers we have here in OFR. And these two have kept it clean the entire race so far. We've had 6 laps. What's that? Around 15 minutes so far. Around, okay, 12 minutes, there you go, bottom left corner. And they've pretty much kept it within a second the entire time after Proctor overtook those other two drivers. And they're matching each other lap for lap, keeping it clean. Fantastic to see. And here they come. The pit stops are finally being done. So we're not seeing too much in terms of strategy differences at the moment. Everyone looks like they're sticking to the same strat as Vilsek comes into the pits now as well. Top 5 are all in the pits. Is Castle going to dive into the pits? Yes, he is. Castle's in the pits now as well. Is Max going to come into the pits? I think, yes, Max is in the pits too. So everyone's sticking to the same strat at the minute, but what is the tyre going to be? Where's AJ? AJ's in P4. Let's see what tyres he puts on. Mediums, there you go. We're seeing AJ on the medium stint. We're seeing Smalley stay out, so Smalley's taking on pole position at the minute, but AJ of course is in provisional pole. Smalley is got one more lap before he needs to come in. He's done a little bit of fuel saving compared to these other guys you can probably see. And look again at that livery. It is absolutely beautiful. Let's get a close up. Oh no. Oh no. What happened there? Smalley is not going to be happy with that. And I'm not sure if AJ hit him, but we watched the replay, of course, just to see what happened there. I was too busy messing with my controller. So here comes Smalley, where he's just going up the mountain straight now. He's braking as he's going into turn 1. And I think he just loses the car. I think he just loses the car. Let's watch again. Let's watch again from AJ's perspective. Yeah, Smalley just loses the car there. Ooh, that's a shame. He's going to lose about 10 seconds there, and that could cost him P10. But let's get back to the race though and see how he's getting on. AJ is still leading, but look at this. Some type of pit stop. Wait, hang on. What tyre is Nils on? Nils is on the soft tyre. Interesting. Now, did Nils start on this? Yeah, Nils must have started on the soft tyre as well. So Nils is going to go for the final medium stint, and is Nils going to be able to get past AJ on that softer compound here? Interesting. So we are seeing a different strategy here between the top two drivers. Nils is going to want to get past really, really quickly. Now, we can just jump down to the back to see how Danny's getting on. Danny in P12, he has pitted for that medium tyre. Stig is in P13 at the minute. He's on the medium tyre. That's when he's switched to the medium a bit early on. A lot earlier than these other guys, actually. But let's jump back up to the lead just to see as they're coming across the line now. It's Nils still behind AJ in 4/10 behind. I'm not sure why the leaderboard just switched there, actually. That's kind of weird. Here comes Nils now. Is he going to be able to gain 7 tenths behind? That's going to come down a little bit here, but not too much. Now, Nils is going to have a far better grip as he's going, but he's making his way up the mountain. So as he goes through Griffin's Mound, the skyline, he's going to be, I think, quicker. But by the time AJ gets out at Forest Elbow, he's going to be able to pull away a little bit, just a little bit, because of the loss of downforce on Nils' car. And I don't think Nils has got a good setup to follow cars. We saw how quick he was in quali. He had clean air ahead of him, and he was a second ahead, I believe, at the other drivers. But it looks like he's struggling a little bit when he gets behind some of these guys. Now, where did Smalley come out? I can't see him at the moment. Smalley's in P12 at the minute. He's still pitting, and he's going to come out right at the back. He must have had another off. He's pulled away. And he's come out in P12, so he's only got Stig behind him at the minute, and he's gone onto that medium tyre and he's filled all the way up. So I don't think he'll be able to go the whole distance unless he does some crazy fuel saving. Possibly could. He needs an extra 2 laps of fuel, and he technically could save that if he was in 3 or 4 fuel. But I don't know. Nils has managed to get ahead again. I've missed it because I'm an idiot. Let me see if I can catch it on the replay. No, I can't, but it was definitely before the Essence. Nils is back ahead on that softer compound tyre. Now let's jump back down to Liekler to see how he's getting on. Oh, he's side by side with Proctor. Proctor's managed to gain some on him at the minute. They're both on that medium tyre, so they're both on a similar strat here. Liekler is still managing to sneak ahead right now. Oh, and look at Proctor there, round the outside of Liekler. Oh, there's a little bit of contact between these two here, but they're still leaving each other just enough space to make sure neither of them spin. Look at this, absolutely great racing there between these two drivers, and it's still Liekler ahead for now. Now here they come. Is he going to tuck it? Yeah, Proctor's going to tuck him behind him, and look at this, while these two are battling, Vilsek is approaching. Wow, let's just quickly watch that again. So here they go. Look how late he was on the brakes there, and he just carried that speed all the way through. But Liekler just got a better exit somehow. I think it was that little lift that Proctor had to do to secure his grip on the rears. And look at that. That's almost inch perfect. This battle is going to be amazing as it unfolds. It already is. But I'm going to keep an eye on this the entire time, because wow, these two are battling hard right now, and Proctor again has got ahead. And of course, I've missed it because I was watching the replay. Now let's quickly see what happened. As they were going up the mountain straight, Proctor went to the inside. Liekler didn't want to force him, squeeze him off there, and Liekler just goes a bit deep, and he goes on to the outside of the track there, and that's allowed Proctor to stick to that grippier racing line and simply just power out of the corner. Now, let me quit the replay just to see if Liekler's losing out to Vilsek here as well. He's not losing out, but Vilsek's close. He's less than a second behind, if only they had DRS. But Vilsek's looking alright actually, sorry. I thought he made a mistake there, but I think that's just his racing line. Look at this, he's closing the gap down. It was 9 tenths, it's now a second to Liekler because it's tricky to follow so closely. But lots and lots of battles going on. Now let me quickly just flip through the field, just to see if make sure I'm not missing anything else. It's looking pretty steady throughout the rest of the field. Nils has pulled away 3.1 seconds here, but let's not forget, AJ's on that medium tyre, whereas Nils is on the soft. AJ, of course, has better tyre wear, but not. It's not, the gap isn't huge between the two at the moment. I'm sure that will increase as the laps go by, as we reach half the race distance here. Now, Liekler has pulled away another 3 tenths on Vilsek at the moment, and he's lost about 6 tenths to Proctor ahead. So now that Proctor is ahead, I wonder if Proctor was always the quicker driver. He was just struggling because Liekler's defence was phenomenal. Maybe he will pull away slightly here, but again, we'll just have to see. It looks like we've got two drivers close in the midfield here. We've got Max. Oh no, it must be a back marker. No, we've got Max in P9 at the moment. And we've got Danny in P10, 7 seconds behind. Oh, and Danny and Ash are battling, so let's stick with these two for now and see how they go. And we've got a blue flag moving out of the way. And Ash is now just 6 tenths behind Danny, with Smalley only 4.4 seconds behind Ash. Ash is on that soft tyre, and here comes Ash now making a move on Danny Boy. He's going to move down the inside, so let's see if it's a similar move that Proctor did to Leakley here. Who's going to outbreak who? Who's going to be the last of the late breakers? I'm struggling to speak here today. Danny doesn't look like he's giving up that position easily. Oh, but Ash sneaks down the inside there, and Ash is back inside the top 10 for now. So let's jump back down to Danny and see the gap to Smalley. Look at that, Smalley's not too far away either. Smalley's just 3.8 seconds though, so while Danny was squabbling with Ash, Smalley has managed to catch up by about a second there. But he's just dropped down on another 4 tenths there. Interesting. Now, this isn't Smalley's favourite track. This is not Smalley's favourite track. Let's make that clear. So let's have a look at the liveries that are currently in contention. Danny's all Brian's there. Danny is racing for Sakudu Racing, and he's got this nice kind of stripy line pattern. It looks really, really nice. He's got We Racers 1 on the spoiler, and that's one of the 3 liveries. Now let's quickly check Castles. I wonder where Castle is, probably around P7. He's in P6. This is the other one that's in contention to be the livery for Sakudu Racing. He's gone for a gold and green livery there. It really stands out. The gold really reflects in that sunlight there. It's almost blinding to the eyes, but that looks nice too. And the other person's is Nicholas livery. He's gone with that hexagon pattern that we saw in another car. I can't remember where it was, but he's gone for the more subtle looking, sleek style livery. So yeah, you need to let those guys know who you think is best so they can make an informed decision on their vote. But still, the battle goes on between Proctor, Nicola, Vilsec and AJ. Look at this, it's closing up that gap back to Nils. Remember it was 3 seconds, it's now 2.3, so maybe Nils' tyres are now starting to fall off slightly. Let's compare them to AJ's a lot better. AJ's looking after those medium tyres a lot better than Nils is looking after the softs. So we could see Nils' gap start to reduce now. It's 2.4 seconds, we'll keep an eye on that as well. Now let's jump down to Smalley using P12. Smalley has caught up right to the back of Denard right now as they cross the line to start lap 11. Is Smalley going to make a move on Danny? Not just yet. Down to Danny's rear cam just to see. Smalley, he must be running some heavy downforce. He doesn't look like he's got any straight line speed when compared to Danny at the minute. But look at this, Smalley's got a better exit. Maybe the downforce is helping him get through the corners a lot quicker than Danny here. He's in P12 at the minute. He's coming through. Oh, they both wall grind a little bit there, and Smalley's made the move. Danny's losing time as he's scraping the wall there. There wasn't any contact, but Smalley is now up to P11 as Nils finishes his soft tyre stint. Look at that. So now he's going to have to go on to the mediums. He needs that mandatory medium or hard stint. Is this going to be it? Or is he going to do another stop? Surely not. Let's have a look as AJ regains the lead now on that medium compound strat. He's got about 2 laps left before he needs to pit as well. Here comes Proctor in P2, so he's going to pass Nils as well. And I've just looked at Proctor's fuel. It looks very critical at the minute. And here comes Nils on the medium tyre. So Nils is going to be finishing on the medium tyre here. Now Castle's in as well. We're going to see Castle pull into the pits here shortly. We'll have a nice look at his livery for the Sakudu livery competition. Where is he? GTS have increased the pit stop length here. You can see how long it's taken to get to the box. He's down. And I believe he's going to put on that soft tyre now as well, so he's going to be finishing on the soft tyre too. He's putting fuel in to get to the end of the race as well. That's what that guy in the back right of his car is doing. There we go, Castle pulls away and he's on that fresh soft tyre. So here we go. It's all going to come down to whether or not AJ's medium stint. Oh look at this, he's flashing fuel. So that medium stint didn't really. I mean, it's one extra lap that they can go. That's interesting. I wonder if he's going to get out ahead, but if he does, even if he doesn't, he's not going to be far behind Nils. And Nils is on the medium. AJ's going to be on that soft tyre. So has AJ done the right thing here? Where's Smalley in all of this as well? He's in P11 at the minute. There's Doc Coob. I'm not seeing much of Doc this race. He's had quite a quiet race, I think, in terms of battling others. But he has pitted. Steve, what do you think of the 6x5 tyre to fuel multipliers? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think they're getting the strategy changes that they wanted to? Or do we think we need to increase the number of laps? Or what? AJ's in the pits now, so AJ's going to switch from that medium to that soft tyre. And we're going to keep an eye on Nils here to see where he comes out. So look at this, Nils has just got through the chase. He's coming down to Murray's corner now. Nils is through Murray's corner and he's coming down the short but main straight. He's crossed the line. Where is AJ? AJ's not pulled out of the pits yet. Here comes Nils, sorry, through Hell's corner, and he's through. He is through. Where is AJ? He's not even left his pit box yet. Look at Nils with that advantage there. How many seconds? Did AJ make a mistake? He's 12 seconds behind. There's no way he can make up 2 seconds a lap for the last 6 laps of this race. No way. Has AJ made a mistake? Very, very interesting. Now, let's quickly jump down to VR, because VR's come into the pits now too. Now, I must say, when the actual main season starts, we're having a lot of familiar tracks. First race, for example, Spa, and I think the racing in that event, so the actual official first race in season 6, I think that is going to be very, very, very close, because everyone knows Spa. VR crosses the pit lane, the pit lane line, sorry, but everyone knows Spa. It's a very familiar track to all of these drivers, and I think we're going to see a lot closer racing. Bagbuster said, I think the race has been interesting, but the fuel doesn't seem to last for the medium tyre, so to make it work, we require a lot of fuel management. That is true. That is true. Nils, 13.6 seconds ahead of AJ at the minute. AJ must have made mistakes, and I must have missed it. Vilsek is, where is Vilsek? Is Proctor pitted? Proctor has it. Proctor's come out ahead of Vilsek and Liekler. Vilsek has jumped Liekler in the pits as well. I'm sure Vilsek did that mandatory medium stint, and so did Liekler. So Liekler's down in P5 at the minute, 3.1 seconds behind Vilsek. I think this is all coming down to who has managed to save the most fuel and who saved time due to, oh, look at this, Castle's hit the wall. Is he glitching? Not sure. It looked like he was glitching a little bit on my screen, but I'm sure he'll be fine on his screen because there's not many cars around him. Ash has managed to work his way back up to P7. Doc Coop is still in P8, so he's going to be getting a handful of points for his team. But remember, this is just the pre-season, so they're not going to really count towards much. We're just checking to see if the tyre and fuel wear is working out. You know, is the setup working? We're about to find out. Nils undercut looks powerful, yeah. It does, it definitely does. So either AJ made a mistake or Nils just did some crazy fuel management which allowed him to reduce his time in the pit box. I'm going to have to ask them afterwards. A possible thought, if we, you know, take a few drivers, if we take out of the list all of those drivers that probably say something silly, during the little 10-minute break in between race 1 and 2, we could have a few interviews going on in between. That could be nice. Let me know your thoughts on that as well. As Nils is leading by 13.4 seconds at the moment. AJ's got a massive gap to Proctor as well. 16 seconds, Proctor's got 2 seconds on Vilsek's got almost 2 seconds on Liekler as well. Now, where's Danny Boy? Stig is in P13 at the moment, coming down into the chase section. Danny, oh, we got Smalley and Danny in the pits as well, so Smalley might be back, sorry, just Smalley in the pits, but Danny's coming around to the pit lane now. He's not going to pit, but he could overtake Smalley here. Let's ride on board with Danny and see when Smalley comes out. So through the final corner he goes. Uphill slightly, over the crest, and then downhill into turn 1. He's got pretty much fresh tyres, Danny has, so he should be able to look after these till the end of the race. Where's Smalley? Smalley's come out of the pits ahead of Danny. So Danny's got 4.2 seconds if he wants to catch Smalley. Now, what tyre is Smalley on? Soft tyre. Danny's on the soft tyre too. Stig's still on that medium, and I think Stig's going to have a pit again. I don't think he has enough fuel to get to the end of the race. Nils is pitting. Oh, Nils didn't refuel. Is that what happened? Where's AJ? AJ's through. I've missed something. I have failed you as a commentator here. Either Nils didn't refuel or he's on a completely different strategy. But look at this. I think Proctor has a chance of getting him here. Proctor's just gone through, and Vilsack as well. Where's Nils? Is Nils finished? He's left there. So he has come out ahead of Proctor, 5 seconds ahead of Proctor. Did Nils forget to refuel? He's come out 15 seconds behind. Surely that's the most logical explanation. Look at that, 3 stops for Nils. I cannot believe I've missed that. And shame on all you viewers who missed that as well. Definitely not just my fault. But AJ is going to take the main event. Season 6 begins. He shows who's dominant. AJ is the guy to beat. Oh, a comment I've missed from Steve as well. AJ versus Racer Tay versus Nils would make for an interesting battle. It would seem serious pace on display. Yes, it would be an honour if Tay was to come back, of course, and race here in D1. To be honest, I don't think anyone's matched Tay. Out of Tay's entire OFR career, I can think of only one race where his setup wasn't working for him, where it didn't look like he was enjoying racing like he usually does. And that was, I think it was I forgot, I don't know how to say it, it's like Kyoto, Yamagawa plus Mayuba. That's where he was struggling a lot, but Tay has been, other than that race, he's been flawless every single time. And Danny is currently running in P12, so Stig's come into the pits again. This is going to be his final stop. He's probably going to go onto soft tyres and do the last 5 laps of the race. Nils is back in PT. Sorry, I was just reading the comments, so I was a little bit quiet there. So, this battle for 3rd place is still going on. I mean, look, Vilsack is 1.8 seconds behind Proctor, and Nikola is very, very close behind Vilsack right now. Now, Nikola and Vilsack, both admins in OFR, used to be partners in F1 D1, battled each other in Spinorama, where there was the most drama ever in OFR's history. These two created the most drama. Vilsack and Nikola is definitely 100% a battle you guys want to keep your eye on this season. There is no remorse between these two. There was that little incident in Brazil a few seasons ago where one of them thought the other was too aggressive. Nikola's looking down the inside here. The other one didn't think he was too aggressive. No report was submitted, but after that, there's always been a little bit of tension between these two. And look at this, here they go side by side as they are coming into the cutting now through turns 3 and 4. Nikola's trying to make some space around the outside, but he just can't seem to cut it at the minute. Now, Vilsack does have a penalty. If Nikola does overtake him, Vilsack is going to have to scrub that penalty before he can make a move again on Nikola. But look at this, it's 0.6 of a second currently. I think this is the battle to watch at the moment, is it not, guys? Let me just quickly see if anyone else is close on track right now. I'm just going to quickly flick through them and then flick back. It doesn't look like it. It definitely doesn't look like it. So let's just quickly jump back between this battle between Nikola and Vilsack. Oh, Nikola's lost out a bit there. He's dropped about, over a second. He's gone down 1.2 seconds on Vilsack right now. So he's lost about 0.6 of a second somewhere in that battle. Lex is asking Robot, have we decided when pre-seasons for F1 is going to be? I think it's definitely going to be next week. If not, then the week after. And if it's the week after, it's only going to be an 8-race calendar, so we can finish in time for F1 2021. But yeah, that's something that we all of the admins need to just go through tonight and tomorrow to really figure out what we're going to do with F1. Season 6. Now, back to the race. The gap is 1 second between these two. Nikola's going to have just 2 laps, lap 17 and 18, to make a move on Vilsack here. Proctor is 1.4 seconds ahead of Vilsack, so I think Proctor's going to close off the podium here for now as well. Nils, hang on a minute, Nils has caught AJ. Nils has just set fastest lap as well. Let's compare times. Nils just set 2 minutes. AJ set 2:09, so AJ's made a mistake somewhere. Another mistake like that, and Nils is going to be right on the back of him. Vilsek still trying to scrub that penalty. He's got 0.4 of a second that he needs to get rid of. So I suppose technically Liikle is only 0.7 behind at the moment, but yeah, you can get rid of penalties quite easily here in GTs. So I don't think that's going to play a part. One mistake though by any of these guys in 3rd, 4th and 5th, and the positions are going to change. Liikle below a second, just slightly there, taking advantage of that slipstream. But it's currently looking great for Hamazaki. AJ less than 5 seconds now ahead of Nils, so Nils is still catching him. But like I said, 2 laps to go. One more mistake from AJ, Nils is going to be right on the back of him. Oh, guys, the gap, 0.2 of a second. Liikle got past him. Vilsek must have made a mistake somewhere. I've saved the replay, so after I've watched this little battle, I'll see if I can catch it. But, oh, Vilsek's got 1.7 second penalty, so Vilsek can't overtake Liikle now. He can't overtake him until he gets rid of that penalty. And this is important. This is a new rule that we're trialling out here in the pre-season race. Vilsek is not going to be legally allowed to get past Liikle until that penalty has disappeared. It's interesting. And I think that's a good thing. I mean, it's not good for the battle, obviously, but if you do, ride a wall and you pick up an advantage, it is going to force Vilsek to serve it. But if Vilsek actually hit the wall and then lost time because of it, and then picked up the penalty, that's not good. And I think that could be what possibly happened. Now, we missed it, unfortunately, just. So I'll quickly switch back now and get back to the race. But look at this. Who's that? Is that Proctor? Something's happened to Proctor here. Proctor's down in P5. And I've just missed it again. Don't see any damage on this car. Let's see what happened here. So Proctor was going through the final corner, and he's already lost some time. So it must have been the chase section. Proctor must have lost a little bit of time, but it almost looks like he's not accelerating or something. I wonder why that is. Let's get back to the race now and see if anything else is going on. We are on the final lap as Proctor is now ahead of Vilsek as well. Vilsek, because of course Vilsek can't overtake. He's got 0.2 of a second he needs to try and burn now. His AJ is 5.4 seconds ahead of Nils. Quickly, let's jump to the back of the pack as Stick will start his final lap now in P13. Maximus down in P12. Something must have happened to Maximus. Not really sure what happened there. Yeah, I'm surprised as well. I thought Vilsek could easily just kind of coast through the chase section, just ease off that throttle early and just slow down. Use the slipstream to your advantage, use the downhill to your advantage too. You won't lose too much time as Max is looking a little bit slippery there as well. Let's see what the gap is up ahead. Oh, Liikle spun! Oh, look at that! I've switched to the right moment, but Liikle has spun on the final lap, and that's going to allow Vilsek to get ahead. Even though Vilsek had that penalty, the rule is that if someone comes off and causes a yellow flag, you are legally allowed to overtake. So that is safe. Vilsek is safe here. So he's in P4. Oh, that's a shame for Liikle. But hey, it's pre-season. Liikle knows he cannot afford these types of mistakes. We know he makes mistakes. Not often at all. It's a very rare occasion to see those mistakes, as AJ is now going to come across the line and finish in first place, but he's going to be starting last, remember, in the final race. Here comes Nils in P2. So nice to see Nils up top. Yeah, I didn't really expect that, to be honest, but Nils has got serious pace. Proctor is going to come across the line in P3 as he makes his way through the final corner here for Hamazaki. He almost loses the rear there. Vilsek is going to come across the line in Hamazaki as well in P4. Fantastic racing there. Liika's going to come across the line in P5. He's not going to jump Vilsek, but here comes Castle Racing in P6. He's got Doc Coop right behind him. Doc Coop's going to be P7, Castle P6. Great job there, guys. VR's going to come across the line. So good to see VR racing again and back. He looks like he's enjoying himself. Hopefully he is. He's down in P8 and he's probably going to be happy with that performance there as well. Solid work there. Ash is back in the Aston. He's got his setup. I'm sure he's going to be happy. He made a few mistakes here, but something to improve on. I'm sure he's going to be up for the challenge. Good job, Ash, finishing inside the top 10 there. And Smalley, OFR's legendary Jim from Korea. Smalley is going to cross the line in P10. We've got another driver crossing the line now as well. That's going to be a lapped driver. Not sure who it is, but it's probably Stig, actually. But yeah, good job there. Smalley, who's going to be coming across the line in P10, racing for Hamazaki. So all of the Hamazakis in the points, but then again, so are all the other drivers too. Maximus is going to cross the line in P11 as well. We'll switch to him after Smalley. Smalley's fastest was 2:03, I believe, as he swerves across the line there. And there, yep, DSQ. Good job there, Smalley. Next up, it's going to be Maximus and Danama, not too far behind Maximus as well. So Danama keeping him honest there, and that's going to be it, guys. So what a fantastic race. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and that is race 1 done. So there's going to be a reverse grid now. So believe it or not, starting at the front is going to be Stig, then Danny, then Max, then Smalley, then Ashton, VR, then Doc, then Castle, Lika, Vilsek, Proctor, Nils, and AJ. I think I got that right. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm going to quickly switch to a loading screen now, guys, so I can have a little bit of a break and get some water. Then I will be back with you. So thanks for tuning in, and see you shortly. guys, welcome back. Just going to let you know we're starting in around 5 minutes time. Just in case you couldn't see it already, look who's in 8th place. Phil Babbage, legendary OFR driver, is back. He missed the first race unfortunately, but he will be racing in the sprint race. So good to have him back. Racing with us here on a Sunday, fantastic. So yeah, we're starting in just under 5 minutes time now. I'll be back with you shortly. I'm going to leave the stream on now, but I'll just mute myself. Thanks guys. Smalley, behave yourself. So here we go guys, the final is starting now. It's the sprint race, it's a reverse grid, 10 laps. Stig's going to be starting first I think. Let's see what's going to happen here. Just want to give a quick shout out to Olivia as well. Someone called me up to say you have a special place in their heart and he wanted to dedicate this race to you. That's all I'll say. Now, to the race, here we go. Let's see what's going to turn out in the reverse grid 10-lap sprint. This is what it's all going to be about. Can the quick guys get to the front of the track? Can they finish first, or can they not? We are about to see. Now, let's quickly get the telemetry up. Let's ride on board with first place. It's not letting me switch camera for some reason. I'm going to have to stick here for now. There we go. We're away. And it's Stig currently leading. It did say Denarva was in first of all. I'm not really sure what's going on, but Denarva is currently leading now. He's going to be first into turn one. Who's that? Doc Coop dives down the inside and he pushes through. He drives 4 drivers wide. Is that really what I just saw? Oh no, look at that. Danny Allwyn, Danny spun. He is not going to be happy with that. Small, he's already all the way down in 13th place. I think a few guys were a little bit impatient there. I have saved the replay, so I'll jump to that afterwards. But let's keep looking at the race right now and see what's going on. Oh my god, John going really deep into the corner there. Vilsek's currently in P4. We've got Doc Coop leading now in P1. We've got Liekler in P2. We've got a whole bunch of cars going 3 wide here as they're making their way up the hill now as they begin the climb. We've got a car smashing the side of the wall there at Griffin's Mount. I'm not quite sure who it is, but I'm just going to stick with this for now as Castle's getting a little bit slappy as he's going up the hill as well. Here they come around turn 5 and 6. They're coming through now. They've made it uphill okay. But so many position changes so far. It's currently Doc Coop leading 2 tenths ahead of OFR Liekler. OFR Liekler is going to want to get ahead as quick as he can because he knows the advantage is at the front of the race here. Let's see what's going to happen as they start their way downhill into the S's now. Has Doc Coop got what it takes to keep it clean on track and to keep it tidy? We know Liekler will pounce at the first mistake Doc Coop makes, but he's looking good. He's looking very good. He's got a 9/10 of a second gap at the moment. Now let's quickly jump down to P4. Let's see how Nils and Castle are getting on. I want to quickly just jump down to the back of the pack as well to see who's at the back. It's Danny. 5.1 seconds at the back. He's not going to be happy with this. He was obviously in P2 at the start of the race. Then he was forced wide. Back to the front. It's 1 second gap. Doc Coop to Liekler right now. Now here comes Castle Racing. There's a bit of a train going on right now. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll quickly switch back to that start of the race and just see what happened. So let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Oh no, that doesn't look good. Let's see if anyone actually hit Doc Coop from behind. Because, yeah, we really need to see what happened here. Oh, that's after the corner. Sorry, guys. I'm messing this up. I know. This is the last one I'll do. So here goes the start. Look at that. Vilsek got a great start. Look, he's already passed Castle Racing. I don't think so. Let's get back to the race now and see what's going on up ahead. So, switch back to the camera. Look at this. Liekler is now just 2 tenths behind Doc Coop here. Wow, what a start to this race. We've got a little bit of a battle going on behind as well, but I want to stick with the lead right now because you're about to see some masterclass racing from Liekler, I believe. He's currently still in P2. He's 4 tenths behind right now as they're making their way round turns 5 and 6 through Griffin's Mount. They go into Reed Park. That's turn 7. Turn 8 and 9, they're through. Into turn 10. The gap is 5 tenths of a second now. Liekler is a little bit closer. Remember, it was 9 tenths when they reached the top of the hill. They're at the top of the hill now. Downhill they go through the S's. So that's through Skyline. That's through the S's. Liekler now over a second behind again. He can't stay close as you're going through here because you need the air in front of you to help push that car to the track. That's the downforce we're talking about. And if you ride too closely, you're going to lose it. But look at this. Liekler is now getting challenged from behind by Castle Racing. Castle round the outside. Liekler's made a little bit of a mistake there, I think. And that is now Liekler down in P3. Nils has overtaken him. Now, let's see what happened there. Liekler's ahead. He just goes deep, I think, into the corner. Does he brake a little bit too late? Oh no, that's a nudge from Castle. That's a nudge from Castle, and that's going to allow Nils to get ahead. Oh, that's what happened. Oh, Liekler, he needs to keep his cool. He knows he's got the pace to get back up there. He just needs to keep his cool, and I'm sure he will. Doc Coop is still leading 2 seconds ahead at the moment now. Nils in P2, 1.7 seconds behind, and Liekler is not giving up. You can see that right now. He's only 9 tenths behind Nils at the minute. Now let's look in the midfield to see what's going on. AJ has managed to work his way up to P6 already. Remember, he was down in P13. He's now worked his way up to P6 in just 2 laps. He's getting this done quickly. He's now got a wild Vilsek ahead of him. that he needs to try and overtake. Now let's jump back a little bit and let's look at Ash. Let's see how Ash is getting on. He's currently in P8. VR is currently in P9, 2.6 seconds behind Ash at the moment. Let's stick with VR and see how he gets on. He's got that nice OFR logo splattered around his car, looking good. Nice livery there as well. I think Max made that livery. And he's looking good, he's looking stable. Let's jump down to P10. Smalley is currently 5.2 seconds behind him in that Hamazaki livery there. We've got Phil Babbage, who's joined us for the second race. He's currently in P11 ahead of Maximus, 9 tenths down the road. And we've got Maximus and Stig battling here. Stig goes wide though, just as we switch to his camera. Stig goes really wide at the quarry, and now he's going to be, well, he's going to lose a lot of speed going uphill here as he starts the climb. And look at that, he's dropped down 2.1 seconds because he's lost that rhythm there. He's got a way to go if he wants to catch up now. He needs to be more careful. Back to the leaders, 1.2 seconds. Nils has closed that gap on Doc Coop at the moment. Likula has got Castle still behind him. Those two are teammates, remember, so these two are not going to want to come together. Oh, and again! Oh, look at that. Likula's got ahead of Castle there. I want to see if that was clean. What happened there? So, oh, Likula was already ahead. Oh, Castle, I think, nearly hit him at the same place again. Castle really needs to be more careful. He does not want an angry Finn in the same chat with him, at least, especially when they're racing. But look at that, Likula is now ahead. He has kept his cool and he's going to hold on to this podium, or he's going to want to try and hold on to this podium, because we've almost reached halfway distance. Remember, this is a quick 10-lap sprint race to see if those fast guys can get ahead. Currently leading 0.2 seconds ahead. Now let's jump down the field a little bit here and let's watch this battle between Ash and Proctor. Ever the versatile driver Proctor is, and ever the lover of the Aston Martin Ash is. This is going to be Ash's opportunity to show these guys what he's got. He's got Proctor just 0.6 of a second ahead of him, and that slipstream is helping him out here as we're watching that gap reduce from 6.5 down to less than 0.6 of a second here. Let's see what he can do. He's set a best first sector, so he is increasing on his own time at the minute. That's going to be probably down to the fuel. Look at that, fuel's already down at halfway, and they've all got a mandatory stop to do, remember, but not a mandatory tyre change. So here comes Ash now. He is less than 5 tenths behind, chasing him as they are going uphill through the cutting now, and they're going to be approaching Griffin's Mount through turns 5 and 6. Is Ash managed to keep it below 5 tenths? That's where you need it before you start the S's. It's just under 5 tenths of a second, so Ash is doing a phenomenal job following here. Round he comes through Frog's Hollow, I think that one's called, at turn 9. Into turn 10 he goes, and the descent is about to begin. So through the S's, through Skyline, through turn 12, through 13, and through 14. He's still close. Look at this. He's not peaked over a second like we're seeing some of these other drivers do. He is still close behind. Ashes might be in a decent overtaking position here, but look at that battle ahead. Look at the battle ahead. It's still AJ versus Vilstek. These guys are battling. AJ wants to get ahead as quickly as he possibly can, but is he going to be able to do it before he gets to the chase section? They're side by side. I think AJ has definitely got the lead at the minute. He is in P5, but is he going to be in the best position as they go through turn 20 and into the chase? I don't think he is, but he's managed to sneak ahead. Vilstek's going to look down the inside. He's going to be able to get him. Vilstek down the inside. No, he cannot. He's backed out. He does not want to force a driver wide there. That is a dangerous part of the track, and it's going to be AJ up to P5. Look at this, guys. Lap 4, and he's already gone from first to 5th, and now some guys are in the pit, so this is going to be their one mandatory pit stop getting done nice and early, and I think they're going to full fuel all the way to the end of the race here. One thing you don't want to do is pit one lap too early, especially if you haven't got the fuel to do it, because that will force you into a fuel saving strat, and that is exactly where you do not want to be. But we've got 6, 7, 8, 9 in the pits at the moment, and here comes Maximus. Is he coming into the pits as well? No, he's staying out. Max is staying out for at least another lap. Wow, it's all kicking off here. Smalley's now up into P6. Where's Danny Boy? We haven't seen Danny Boy since that first lap incident. Stig's currently in P14. Danny Boy's in P13 at the minute, so he isn't last, and I'm sure he's still going to be fuming after that turn 1 incident, but he's just got to keep fighting. It's just a pre-season race, and we know if he can keep his consistency up and he can avoid trouble, Danny should get some high finishes here in his sprint races. Now back to the race. Who's currently leading? It's Doc Coop. Still hasn't pitted, but he should be coming in this lap. He's 6 tenths ahead of Nils at the minute, as we see these top 4, top 5 even, not pitting yet. They're going to be coming in on the next, well, this lap, in fact. reached halfway distance, guys. Mills is catching him as well. Now these guys are teammates, remember, let's not forget that. Mills has caught him, but he's not got the pace at the minute to get past him. He needs to be around, I think it's around 15 kilometers per hour quicker to be able to get the overtake done before you get into the chase, and he hasn't got that at the moment. 0.3 of a second. Now they're both coming into the pits. Who saved more fuel? They're both pretty much neck and neck on fuel here. So I don't think it's going to come down to anything other than the fact that Doc came in first. Now, where's AJ? Oh no! Where is AJ? AJ's off the track. He's in the pits. What on earth happened to AJ? So he went through the chase okay. What happened next? Thanks for this beautiful camera angle. Oh, he hit the grass going into the pit lane and went straight into the wall. Oh, James May, Arch, what on earth? Unlucky there, my friend. Well, there goes the race win, I think, for AJ. Stiggs left the room. Oh no. Now where's Smalley? Smalley's got to come into the pits now as well. Has he pitted? Oh, Smalley hasn't pitted yet. Doc Coop has pitted and he's come out ahead of Nils, and Nils has got a 1.9 second penalty. Yikes. Can we see what happened to Nils there? Oh, so we're watching his pit stop. Here we go. He's already got the penalty there, so we can't see it. That's a shame. Let's get back to the race then. And let's see how these guys are battling out front. Now, Nils cannot overtake Doc, remember, because he has a 1.9 second penalty. So Nils is going to have to scrub that penalty as quickly as possible. He's only got 4 laps left after this one to make an overtake. So he definitely needs to get rid of that 1.9 second penalty. Let's quickly jump down to see what else is going on. It's still this battle between Vilsek, Castle and Proctor. Now, you know, this battle, Liekler, Vilsek, Castle, Proctor, they're all so similarly paced that I think we're going to see this every race this season if they all show up. I mean, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic race to watch, and it's definitely something you guys would want to keep an eye on. If I could choose one guy out of all of them, it would be between Liekler and Vilsek, I think. But look at this, look at Castle round the outside through turn 20 into the chase. He's got Vilsek, he's looking a bit heavy under braking there. He almost lost the rear because he had to brake just a little bit later to make sure Vilsek didn't come into the back of him, but Castle's got the overtake done. Nice work, Castle. Now let's look up ahead. Has Nils scrubbed his penalty? Yes, he has. He scrubbed it and he's now 2.5 seconds behind. So he's now going to have to catch up in the next 4 laps if he wants to make a move on Doc. Let's jump to P5. Castle, Vilsek, Proctor still battling this out. Vilsek for Hamazaki wants to get past. Team captain for Hamazaki, of course, wants to get past Kudu captain and show him what he's made of. But is he going to be able to do it here? No, I don't think so. Castle's chosen that inside line to defend. He's chosen it. Now, is Vilsek going to be able to get past here? No, he's not. Can he do the switch back on the inside here? No, he cannot. Castle's got that racing line. Castle has got some perfect car positioning, but look at both Hamazaki's here looking to pressure Castle. What they want to do is try and sandwich him in when they go down the straight, the Conrad straight that is. If they can squeeze him in, they can really force him into a difficult position. But Castle's just, he's edging ahead, and he's coming up to the back of Smalley here now as well. Now, is Smalley going to be a determining factor here? Yes. Do you want to know why? Smalley is the 3rd driver for Hamazaki, and he's going to get the instruction to slow Castle up as much as he possibly can. This is Smalley's lap to pit, and now Smalley's finding himself in a battle between the top 5 at the minute. He's going to hold Castle up for as long as he possibly can to give Vilsek and Proctor the edge. He's doing a decent job of it as well. He's keeping to his line. He's keeping to the racing line. He's making sure he's not doing everything absolutely perfect. He's nailed it, Smalley has. Perfect team player. Now, this is going to be it. This is going to be it. Smalley's going to want to defend on the left side here. Yes, he is. And now this is going to allow Vilcek to get that slipstream. And now Smalley wants to drop back and let the other two pass. Is he going to do it? Yes, he is. Look at that. Perfect teamwork there. Absolutely perfectly executed by Hamazaki. You've not seen anything like that in a while, have you? You'll have to roll back all the way. Oh, and he's gone deep into the corner. We've given him the commentator's curse. He's come back on track and he's managed to avoid the other drivers, thankfully. But this is his pit lap. His tyres are too worse for wear at the minute, and he's going to come straight into the pit and he's going to swap for some fresh, soft rubber. But yeah, great teamwork. As I was saying, you'll have to roll back to probably Live Session B-What from Formula 1. Those two have their teamwork set up perfectly. If you're ever in a Formula 1 race and you find yourself in between Live Session B-What, just quit the race. Those two are too technical. They are too brilliant at team orders. Seriously. Now let's get back to the race. It's Nils has caught up. He's got 3 laps left, including this one, to do it. He's 4 tenths behind Doc, and he's going to want to get past as quick as he possibly can. The gap's less than 3 tenths of a second. There's no way through the S's now. Worst place that Nils wants to be, right on the tail of Doc. But if he can get a good exit out of Forest Elbow, or Dipper rather, which we're coming up to now, if he can get a good exit here, he's got it. And he has, look at that. He's got a brilliant exit. He's got a better exit than Doc, actually. Look at that gap come down now. 3 tenths, 2.8, 2.7, 2.6, 2.5. He's quicker. Has he got what it takes to make the overtake, though, as they're going down the Conrad Straight? He's definitely got the slipstream, but has he got the setup nailed to be able to follow and get an advantage as he comes out of the slipstream now? He's got a little bit of a speed advantage. He's firmly ahead. He is firmly ahead of Doc Hoop. Nils has regained first place here. Congratulations, Nils. Clean move, very clean move, and there goes Phil, who's currently in P13, letting those two race leaders get ahead. Now let's look at that battle again between P3 and P4. Liekler is holding on to P3 at the minute, and it looks like he's going to finish like that as well. He's got a nice 1.2 second lead. Castle is currently in P4 with Vilcek just 3 tenths behind. Now if you look at this, where's Proctor's gone. Proctor's dropped off the radar. Proctor's down in P7, so Vilcek's not got the backup of a teammate at the minute. And look at this, Sakuda Racing's got drivers in P3 and P4 with Vilcek in P5. Vilcek needs to get past Castle. He needs it if he wants to challenge Liekler here, but we know how good Castle's defence is. We know Castle is one of the best defenders. We've seen it season after season, race after race, lap after lap. Castle is a great defender. Now here comes Vilcek. He's going to make a move down the inside. No, he's going to have to switch back because Castle's chosen the inside line. Is he going to be able to do the switch back? No, because once again Castle's got that perfect car position there. But Vilcek is not one to give up, and he is one to always fight back. He's definitely not going to want to give up here because he knows this is his possibly second to last chance to do that as he gets to the Conrad Straight. That's where you want to do the overtake. But he's going to be able to do it. I don't know. And look at this. They've got the fastest driver on the grid, AJ, behind them. That's what these guys are going to be worrying about at the minute. The more they squabble, the more AJ's going to get a perfect chance to overtake them. Back to the lead, it's still Nils ahead, and now he's starting to pull away from Doc Coop. Liekler's holding on to P3 for now. Castle has still got a raging Vilcek right behind him. And AJ's now closed up even more. Vilcek's not going to like this at all, because now, instead of going on full attack, Vilcek's going to have to do 60% attack, 40% defense against AJ. Castle is not close enough to Liekler to warrant an attack on Liekler, so Castle's only going to be worrying about defending. Vilcek is in the worst position right now, but we know he can keep a cool head. But can he keep his tyres cool? Because it looks like he's got some similar time where here he comes down the inside, he's got the move done, but he's going to be able to outbrake Castle. It's all going to come down to the braking. Vilcek round the outside, he's managed to hold on to it. He's going to get the inside line as he comes through turn 21 of the chase, through turn 22. AJ's getting involved here as well. He's pushed Castle off the road slightly. Vilcek's managed to move up to P4. I can't speak, my voice is breaking. Vilcek in P4, there's contact there. AJ's trying to force his way past some of these drivers, and he's lost the rear. AJ, you need to be more patient there, I think. Young warrior. Oh, he's down there. Let's have a look what happened from AJ's perspective here. We're going to look at the front of his car instead. Look at this. He's kind of bump drafting Vilsek right now. He's going to want to outbreak these three as somehow they've caught up to the back of Liekler as well. Oh, I think AJ might have got a little nudge from Castle there possibly, and he spun. Yeah, well, it could be because it's glitching, we don't know. We don't want to say it's any driver's fault at the minute. We'll have to wait to see what the steward says, but we are on the final lap of the race here, and look at this, Vilsek has got past Liekler. Now, when did that happen? It happened before they got to Mountain Straight, so we missed it unfortunately as we were watching the replays, guys, but we are going to go back to the race now just to see how these guys get on, because look at this, Vilsek is back down to P4 now, so we've just missed it again. I'm going to stop with these replays, guys, because I keep seeming to be missing all of the action right now. It's Liekler back ahead in P3. Vilsek's now got a 1.5 second penalty. He's not going to be able to attack, but he will be able to defend. But remember, that penalty is going to get rounded up to 2 seconds if he doesn't scrub it. So he needs to scrub it right now as he's coming down the S's. He's reached the crest of the mountain. He's coming downhill now. He needs desperately to scrub this penalty, otherwise he's going to be dropping down the field a lot. He cannot make a move on Liekler with that penalty, remember. He cannot do it. What's he going to do? He needs to scrub it. Vilsek scrub the penalty, and he's touched Liekler slightly there, but it hasn't caused Liekler to lose too much time. He's served 0.6 seconds of that penalty right now. It's still not enough. No, that's still going to get rounded up to 1 second, and that's going to drop him down in P7, I believe. So what is going to happen here? Yeah, they're coming down the Conrad Straight. They're coming up to the chase now. Vilsek's going to have to lift early, brake early, and serve the penalty, but car positioning is going to be key here. Nils is going to come across the line, and he's finished in first place. Congratulations, Nils, second to last to first. What a race from you. Doc Cube's going to cross the line in P2. Well done there, Doc. Liekler is going to be next, but we're going to ride on board with these guys again because this battle is still going on. Liekler looks like he's going to get that podium. Great job there, Liekler. Vilsek hasn't scrubbed his penalty either, so Vilsek is going to finish behind Proctor, I believe. Liekler's going to come across the line now. Well done, Liekler, for Sukudu Racing, and there goes Vilsek scrubbing his penalty. He served it, and he's going to come across the line in 5th place with Proctor in 4th. Next up, it's going to be OFR's VR. Good job there, VR finishing in P7 with Castle finishing ahead of him. I think VR might have had a penalty there, and AJ is finishing in P8. Now in P9, it's Lord Ash Wilson. He's going rather slowly. Has he run out of fuel? No, he hasn't run out of fuel. Did he hit Max? Don't know, but he's letting Max go for some reason. So that means Max is going to finish in P9. Ash is going to be finishing in P10. So great job, both of you there. And it's going to be Smalley who's going to come across the line in P11. Phil finishes in P12 already, and Smalley swerves across the line without salt. Never mind, DSQ. And last up, it's going to be Danny who's going to cross the line in P12. Again, Danny's probably not going to be happy with that turn 1 incident, but he's probably going to be happy that he's finished the race, and he's got some stuff to work on for the next race. I'm sure he's going to be still with us as the season goes on. So there we have it, guys. What an absolute fantastic sprint race, full of action. And although one of the fast guys got ahead, there was a big battle in the midfield. So congratulations, guys. And that's the pre-season done. So I'll quickly just load up the app again. You can download this at the App Store. Just search for OFR. It's only available on iPhone. Android's coming soon in 2078. Let's just quickly look at the calendar for GTS Season 6 Division 1. So first up, we've got Spa next week, and we've got Laguna Seca, Red Bull the week after, Dragon Trail, Alsace or Alsace, I don't know how you say it, Village. Then we've got Barcelona, we've got Kyoto, we've got Suzuka, we've got Brazil, and we've got the Nürburgring. Can't look for a better set of circuits with this whole new setup, guys. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Hopefully I'm going to be with you commentating the entire time as well. So thanks for tuning in, and we've got an ACC race coming up in now, I think. So I think I've missed the race, unfortunately. But after that, we've got the GTS D2 starting next week as well. We're still figuring out the details of the F1 season for Season 6. It's going to be starting next week, I believe, as well. So yeah, a lot coming in Season 6, and we hope we'll see you watching all the streams as well. Thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you soon.